Curious Brain. This is the first live set I do for the LAUT samples family, and this time I will show you some of the new sounds I'm using for make a roller track. In this session, I will take a look of how I approach when I'm working with some new samples. Like this, because yeah, sometimes you don't have time for creating your own sound, and it's very cool to have like almost ready sound for start some ideas, not from scratch. So yeah, first of all, let's take a look of what I have, and I found really cool that there's this new pack of that dark liquid when you can actually find like a lot of cool sound of the spectrum. And the thing is, maybe I will start for find a new kick and then a snare. So for that I will use 2 mini channels. So yeah, I will found that. For example, here let's try something, some kick, and first of all I'll try to find a kick that is not that compressed, because as you hear all of these sounds.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting you. Do you want to do it with the deep drums, a deep pack, or with the new rave pack? Sorry for interrupting.
All right, but with the deep pack?
Yeah, we want to, because the new pack is like the rave pack, you know? You got it?
Okay. Yeah, I got it. I have it.
Yeah, okay. Just was curious if you got it on your computer. So
yeah, I got everything.
Like I said, sorry for interrupting, but you can also dive into, you know, every pack we have, you know. But it was just curious.
Yeah, right.
All right, bro. Right. I'm out again. Have fun.
No worries. All right. So first of all, let's take a look to the last pack we have for the LAUT samples, which is the rave bass. And let's dive into some kicks, some snare we have. As I was saying, that I like to find some sounds that they are not already too processed, because I will do kind of that in the kick. So yeah, please mute the microphone, like Kai or Miss Birlap. Yeah. Okay, so let's try to find something that is not almost too compressed. Like this. I mean, it has good, but it have more long tail, so I'm searching for that, like this. Yeah, so let's use this kick 16B, and I will put it on the MIDI channel. So first of all, when I start to sequence these, I will put it like 1 octave down, so I will have more range for do some kind of processing in the signal. So yeah, I will put 1 bar here, and it will create 2 notes. Let's find something here. I will put it 1 octave down, like in C2. So it's pretty loud, but we need that. Yeah, it's cool. Why I do this? Because with the sampler, I will try to keep another tone and do another tone with this kick, with the help of the pitch envelope. I will do it later. Let's find a snare first. Let's dive into another of the packs we have. I found that very interesting for a snare, this one Neuron, which is more heavy neuro snares, but I will also use it like the same example of the kick. So I will find something that maybe have more tail, like this one, and it's actually in the same note in B, so it will work. So yeah, I put this, and again, I just make notes. Let's make 2 notes, the second and the 4 beat. Yeah, but let's turn it down like 1 octave. Cool. So first, I will do the process on kick. With the pitch envelope, it allows me to create like a new transient for this sample and make some kind of different sound of the tone of the sampler. So first of all, I set up the decay short because I just want that the pitch envelope boost the start of the transient of the sample. So I will put this, and you can see that when I start to put up this, it starts to sound more clicky but different. That's cool. Then I will add some, I will quit sustain so I can shape more the tail of the sound and make it more snappy. Yeah, and let's play with the decay. Yeah. Just playing with the decay and the amount and this, you can shape more easily the tail of the kick, which sometimes we need to control so much the low frequencies, mostly in a roller track, because if not, it will distort too much with the bassline and maybe not feel good. So other trick I use is a really simple one that it's just filter a little bit of the top end of kick with the same sampler and boost a little bit with the resonance. So I put the envelope also for bring back the boost, but with more attitude. So it's kind of this, but I can move it like longer. Yeah. And then I try to use the MS2 distortion of filter just for bring back more punch, more fatness on the sound, and make it more like I want. All right. Let's play with the snare. It's really important that when I'm making the beat, I listen both so I can actually tune it. I mean, I tune every sample like mostly by ear, you know. I know how I like, but also if we have the same key on the sample, it would be okay, you know, in the root note. So I don't have to mess with that too much. But I also, in the snare, try to put the pitch envelope just a little bit, but also try to cut the sustain so I can shape and make more tight snare. From the beginning, and then with the pitch envelope, boost a little bit. Yeah. Cool trick with snare is that I do the layers in the MIDI channel with the notes, you know. So first of all, I found like a third or fifth I can put, and then I start to create more harmonics. For example, here, and I cut out more layer 1 octave up. That's cool. So I do something like this. The first note, it's a little bit short because it's just the bottom of the snare. And the second one is more middle, and the third one is more long because it's the top, you know, something like this. Nice, I like that. Then for glue everything, I just put here also the MS2 or PRD or whatever of these ones, which the idea is basically let's create more harmonics. So I will try MS2 this time. Nice. Have to be careful with volume a bit. We just need more harmonics. Yeah. All right, next I will dive into something that I always like in my music, that is the hi-hats. And yeah, let's go straight to my last pack I do for the LAUT sample family. So we got here like really brainy style tops. Let's dive into this. I think this one is very good. I will put it like just straight, but I will listen first how it sounds together. Yeah, I like it. Maybe we can do the this trick that is like just cut a little bit of the decay with this tool of preserve transient, so you can actually do it more clean. Yeah, or you can actually put it in like 16 or 8 or 222, it depends of what you want or the group you want, but 16 sounds cool also. You can shape it like longer or maybe more quiet. Yeah. One thing you cannot do in Ableton is like make automatization of this. So what I do, I just record the movement with the mouse. I do. So I can have like different decay on the hi-hat, so it's more dynamic. So yeah, let's do that. In a new channel, I create an audio file and I will receive signal from this channel. So I will record and then I will put this. Yeah, I do different rhythms because when you want to make it more roller, it has to be very dynamic, very volume changing, all drums. If not, it will sound flat, it will sound like robotic. So that's why I take different resamplings and I try to keep different vibe on every bar. You know, like we have like different accents in different bars. So yeah, that's for the starting. I will remove the other channel, and one important thing I always do is like brand everything, because if not I go crazy fast. But yeah, we'll put like this, just 4-bar loops now, and that's okay. All right, so another thing I do is when I have this MIDI, I will consolidate, and I like to put like longer loops, so it's more easy to copy and make movements and stuff in there. But yeah, also I would put another layer that for me it's very important in the rolling drum and bass, which is the break. You know, the break is very important because it gives the flavor to all the drums and also the glue. You know, it makes sounds everything balanced on the drums. So I really like to dive into hip hop loops sometime. I think I have something there ready. Let's see, because these loops have a very vintage style, and I think is very important step for doing rolling drum and bass. Yeah, I like this one. So I pulled straight, but I will just make sure that it's in the right timing. I have to put it twice. Yeah, nice. So let's play first with all the drums. I will just search for the sweet spot on volume of it. Then try to organize this, like sync better. Yeah, and then just try to remove a little bit of the decay so it's more shaped with the other drums. That's good. Let's find another break that helps. Maybe let's go back to other of the LAUT samples. Let's dive into the liquid drums, which I found some very cool tops also. Yeah, this one is very cool. It's very rolling already, and maybe we can use it for create more dynamic. Yeah, that's cool. just for that more top end. Cool. I will pitch up this a little bit, maybe. 2 semitones always work for me. Nice. Let's bring down a little bit of the decay also on these loops. Now what I do, I sometimes experiment with my samplers, and I put a lot of time effects like delays, so it creates more groove into the track. This is a really good technique that it's made on techno and also in drum and bass. But it's just like you can put a delay on your kick, so it creates like more groove. So I put it a delay on triplets, and just with the filter, I just bring it to in the top, so it sounds like this. Normal with this. Yeah, but then when you add everything, it sounds more rolling. Nice. It sounds like more tech step now, like funky, but I love it. Let's do same for the snare. I do sometimes for the snare and sometimes for the break. Let's see how it works better. Sometimes I try to play with the transpose of every snare, so I can find more interesting tones. Yeah, 5 sounds way better. And I can control more the shape of the kick, which is too boomy in this moment. I love it. Look with the delay how it sounds, just kick and snare. Delay is super important for get the rolling groove in drum and bass. It's super important. And also I put a little delay on the break, so it creates more groove. I just try to move the filter, so I can shape the exact frequencies I want for this. It's very cool. Yeah, let's make a longer loop then. Like 16 bar. And yeah, then when I want to start to create more groove on this, I just start to find some samples that I can use like as a background, or some percussions or some stuff that create like some variation every 8 bar or 16 bar. So let's take a look next to the other of the libraries. For example, Rave again. Let's see what we have in Rave. We have a crashes, kick, radius, snare, tops. Let's take some of the tops and let's do something with it. Yeah, I like that. Let's take some of that. I will just edit that part, like for the last maybe 8. Okay. Yeah, maybe in the 8 here. Also keep some decay. Nice. Let's dive into other folder and let's see what we have in this other pack, that is the artifact one. I found very cool backgrounds and stuff in this. So let's dive into some texture that fix for the background. I try to find something like noisy. Let's find. Yeah, maybe some tail. Yeah, like this one, just the first background, so it can help like layer all sounds. For example, something like this. Yeah, but more shorter. Something like this, really shorter. And I just put like a sidechain for that, for create group with the drums. Very simple trick, but it's worth. Yeah, compressor leads, and I just put it from the break, which have good movement. So put from the break, sidechain, and EQ for behind 200. I just make sure that the sidechain is a little bit distorting, so it creates more noisy sound, and I like. Yeah. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. Nice. I love it. So now, bit of processing. You know how I do that. The equalization or processing for my drums. Mostly when I'm working with sample, like these samples that are totally good process and stuff, I just do like a global processing of all the drums, so I can fix some holes in the mix or stuff like this, or just add a glue with some kind of dynamic processors. So let's dive into that, and I will group this everything, find a color and stuff just for looking more clearly. It's drums. All right. So first of all, I do EQ for all the group, which is the EQ mix side. You know, just basically remove all the content of low for all the loops. And here I try to remove also some frequencies of the snare on the side, because I like that the snare is a bit more focused on that frequencies. Mostly in the rolling drum and bass, I don't know, I find that the snare it's very cool when it sounds in the middle, because then you have a lot of space, mostly if it's a deep track, you have more space in the stereo for doing other stuff. I don't know, it's my style. But I also boost a little bit some of the top end in the side, so it creates like more presence, but it's not that noisy in the sides. You know what I mean? Let's try it. Yeah. Try to boost a little bit of the mid also in the side. Yeah, and then in the mid I just remove all the frequencies I don't need. Just this one behind 35 or something. Actually, sometimes I remove a lot of frequencies on the sub. It depends of the bass, obviously I will do, but I play around 40 or 38 with this filter, so it's not that boomy. And then if I need more boom, I will put another process, but I look on that, you know, it depends of the case. Okay, and here in the mid, I just make some subtracting EQ of the frequency maybe are picking, like this one here, and maybe boost a little bit of all. That's pretty cool, because these samples come almost ready to go, and you just need to fix small stuff that everything sounds good, you know, it sounds so clean. So yeah, then I'm really, yeah, one parenthesis, I'm really simple with the processing. I'm mostly using the Ableton stuff, because I found that sometimes it's not the tool, it's just what you do with the tool, and most of the time it's like that. And I also believe that less is more when you're creating, and when you have some small elements, you can do lot of stuff, but you just need to be more creative than if you have a lot of stuff. But that's why I use the Ableton plugin, because for me they are enough. They are very good, you know, they do the job. And yeah, I use the glue compressor just for gluing everything. But the thing is, here I just take a listen to the attack, and I put the release very fast, so it allows every hit to compress, and it's not actually squashing that much that sound. So let's dive into it. I will put like 5 decibels compression, something like that. Cool thing we need to do is here what time of attack works better, because this seems to be like more kind of analog emulation of I mean digital emulation of an analog compressor. So that's why you cannot do like really precise times on attack, but it's worked very good. So for the whole group, I try to keep it like in 1 or 3 or 10. It depends so much on the dynamics they come, but let's try 3 in this time. And let's try to pull up the decibels I'm compressing. Yeah. Sometimes it's a mix on this, like from the attack or the threshold. You know, I fit that two tools, I fit the two knobs for the exact time. I mean, I do this with long time listening, but as I said, it depends of the track. So you guys don't ask for formulas or stuff like that. Just listen and do it like as your ears like, you know. Right, cool. What else I do? Sometimes for all the group, I'm using this overdrive, which allow me to do cool stuff, but I put it in the back of compressor. I mean, compressor for me now is the last process. So yeah, I just bring up a little bit of enhance in the top frequencies with this. But the trick is I will turn down all the effects and just bring a little bit. I'm doing it like when it's playing, so I can fit the exact amount for my ears, or also you can do it watching the spectrum if you are not too much into the equalization or stuff. You can just watch it and see what kind of frequencies you need. And in my case, I need maybe more boost on this side, or maybe make more balance the sound of high frequencies. So that's why I use the overdrive, just for add a little bit of the harmonic exciter on all drums. So yeah, I will put it just like this, and that's cool. That's very cool. Nice. Other thing I want, I really like to do is in the equalizer. I forgot that last, but I like to bring down a little bit of space in the zone of 200 hertz or something like that, because in that zone sometimes it's too muddy, and when you compress, the muddiness gets more out and more clearly. So we don't need that. We need like more punchy low. Some people make it with a multi-band compressor and stuff like that, but I'm super simple at it. So I do it just with a good compressor, because for me it sounds more warm. It sounds more like one instrument with. I mean, I like when it's not, the sound is not 100% clean, because that's part of the rolling sound. You know what I mean? So I keep it more dirty. Right. Maybe here I found that I will need maybe some kind of mid frequency. So I have two options. First is like boosting a little bit here, or just create like another overdrive, just for enhance a little bit more of that frequency range in the low, just a little bit. Maybe just, this is just little amount, like 5%. Yeah, I really like it. This is yeah, I will keep it like this. I mean, I will try to do more process and all, but you guys know how to do it. I mean, most of the people who's watching this do a lot of music, so you know all the plugins and stuff. But I'm really simple at this. I just try to catch the best groove I have in this. And other thing, what I'm using like MIDI channel is because it's really useful for create variations and for create more different tones on the drums. So for example, here in the 8, I create, I don't know, like other notes. So it creates more variation, like here. and it sounds totally different, you know. That's very cool about playing with, or even lower. Same with the snare, and then you can move all the velocities and create really dynamic into every layer, because if you put more layers, obviously your snare will sound more harmonic, more full of frequencies, but you need to take care of the velocities in the MIDI, which are very cool for shaping the harmonics of your snare, basically. So yeah, and I will keep it like this, but yeah, I will find some bass just for make the company of this. And the thing with bass, it's I really love to when I have like these libraries, I really love to find some part that I like and use it in a sampler, like a new oscillator. So it's very like classic way to do bass. A lot of old school artists do it like this. So I will just find something in this liquid bass. I think they have really cool sounds here. Was cool, but let's find another that have more movement so I can show you what I like to do. I mean, everything is super cool. Yeah, some stuff like this. So I can have more like mid-frequency range for doing crazy stuff. So yeah, I will just find the point that I want to start my sample. Let's loop something. Yeah, maybe. Let's try with playing something. Very cool, but I need to fix something of the beginning because it's not starting in the point I want. So you need to be careful just with this, that when you start the sample, it's in this line. So it means that it's starting 0 degrees of the phase, which is very good for shape more the transients and stuff like that. Whatever I do, also that for kicks and snares sometimes when I want to do really scientific things with the sound and stuff like that, but in this case just works for not clicking in the beginning, and I can bring down a little bit of the attack so it starts later. Yeah. Yeah, I will turn down the octave and play something more darker. Yeah, that's very cool. And I will add my favorite plugin for basses, which is the erosion. I mean, if you listen brain tracks, they have a lot of erosion on everything. So this is one of my favorite tools. But I just make sure that I use it with the envelope follower, which allows me to make more dynamic the noise, you know, not just noise there and overlaying everything, just out this, just yeah, just rolling stuff. I mean, rolling is about keep the group, you know. It's not really a complex music to produce. It's just more about the vibe and the feeling you put into basses. And in my case, I come from metal and from hardcore bands and punk, so I really like to make basses like riffs, so it rolls and it's very picky, and you remember the bass very easy. So I try to create different lines. Yeah, that's cool. Let's try another here. Then I just remove a little bit of the low and start to play around with this, you know, very simple use of the sampler and frequency. But it's that, for me, in my opinion, makes the track roll sometimes, because I think one of the problems when you try to make a bass is that when you're using a sample, you need to take all the sound for making different layers with, you know, because if you don't do that, I think it's very difficult that sound same. I don't know if I make understand, but for example, when you drop samples for different libraries, it's very difficult that they sound the same, you know, because they come from different producers and equalizations and processing and stuff. But I found that it's more easy when you make all the layers with just one sound, and then start to create the variations and stuff, or maybe you can move just the sample start and stuff like this. It's more easy, more handy, and for me sounds more balanced. Sounds like one sound, you know. I like more that side, more old school side, but yeah, it works. And the trick is you just group the bass loop and start to label your stuff. So this might be my sub. Then I create a copy and I make different stuff here. You know, I just move all the loop and stuff like that. And let's play with the other. But in the case is that this will be my, I don't know, mid, for example. Sometimes I do on 2 or 3 layers, but let's do 2 this time. I don't want to mess too much. But you know, guys, what I'm doing, you know. So I just put the high in the other. That's very cool. And I have stuff like this. And if I start move this, I create new variation. I love that. That's very cool. You know, we got idea, and yeah, that's the main thing I do when I start to make a rolling track. So yeah, I hope you guys this tutorial was very helpful to you. I think we are done for now, but yeah, please leave us comments in the YouTube channel or in the social media of Loud Samples or my social media. So we will be really happy to help you with your struggles on music production or arrangement or everything. And yeah, just check out the new stuff of Loud Sample, which is very cool. I love these sounds because, as I say, they are pretty ready to go. So you just basically focus on create, and that's for me one of the for the most important things, more than create a lot of sounds and everything that then you don't know how will fit in the in the music. You know what I mean? So yeah, I found interesting that this way. I hope it will be helpful for you guys, and yeah, see you till next time. Yeah, I will be doing more new packs, obviously, for the guys of Loud Samples. If you don't know, I was releasing one of the last producer sounds, so you can check in the Loud Samples page. Also, the other packs they have that are super good quality. And yeah, guys, see you next time. Thank you so much for the time.